tonight. He's 2 for 3 on the evening, 2 singles, including one in his last at-bat in the 7th.
Of course, on the other side of things for Harwich, it'll be Tatum Levens, Josh Hood, and Hal Hughes' spot. The final hopes for the Mariners.
And so with Holiday on the mound, of course, the day is over for Keithley. He pitched 2 complete innings of relief, gave up 4 hits, only 1 earned run. Of course, 3 runs coming across as he was on the mound. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 1. And Holiday here ahead in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, trying to keep an eye on the radar gun here if he reaches back on a fastball. Kind of see what he's working with.
Swing and a miss on the changeup. Got him with the 80-mile-per-hour pitch. And there are 2 down now in the top of the 9th.
He had Briley Knight swinging out of his cleats on that one, way out ahead. And that's the one thing we did hear from Coach Berger. He didn't have anything specific for us, but he said the kid, he throws hard. And so that's kind of what we've seen here. When you're bringing your off speed in at around 80 miles an hour, and that's still a considerable drop-off, good things are coming your way.
This brings up Wyatt Hoffman. Had a sac fly out towards right field his last time up.
Again, that changeup is just disgusting. Back-to-back pitches, he gets a guy way out ahead of it. And that thing's breaking so late, too. See if he comes back with a fastball in 0-1.
Goes up high, 92 miles per hour on the pitch. And chasing after it was Hoffman. 0-2 now the count. Holiday once again. Another fastball here, topping out at 93. And just underneath it was Hoffman. I mean, when it's fouled straight back like that, you generally have the timing on it. I mean, he did just get a 92 mile per hour, but just underneath it from Hoffman. See how he adjusts. Can't keep up with it. 93 again, upstairs. That's how he sits him down. So Hoffman, second time today, he strikes out. And Y-D sits down for perhaps the last time today. We'll see what the Red Sox pitchers can do. Next time up, it will be Josh Hood, Hal Hughes, and Press Kavanaugh will be Tatum Levens, Josh Hood, and Hal Hughes coming up to bat for the Mariners. We'll be back in just a minute. You are watching the Harwich Mariners YouTube network. Bottom of the ninth inning. It will be Tatum, Levins, Josh Hood, and Hal Hughes, the final hopes for the Mariners as they are down to their final 3 outs. They'll face a brand new pitcher in Brandon Dufault, the redshirt junior out of Northeastern. Northeastern, of course, having a rather successful season, winning the CAA tournament, getting to make an appearance in the NCAA regionals. Dufault across his 4 years at Northeastern, 64 appearances, 107 innings pitched, 100 strikeouts. This ball skied up, racing back for it, Pascanel Ferreras diving to make the catch, and he does! Ferreras leaping over is able to save that one before it drops down, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth.
I mean, that's your play of the game right there. Ferreras in foul territory, already down low, looking up, trying to locate the ball, and then jumps at the last second and gets the leather on it. That is a clutch out here for Y-D.
And it's moments like that where you say, okay, even if he dropped it, it would have been foul. You know, who's to say what would have happened in the rest of the at-bat? And so it's certainly getting out any way you can when it comes to this point in the game. And Hood takes a pitch up high here, ducks down, still grabs him in the shoulder. He'll move down to first, and there's 1 on with 1 out for the Mariners.
We'll add a tally to the old, I guess the ice bucket request list, as the Mariners have now been plunked 6 times in their first couple of games. An interesting move here. Hal Hughes keeping his spot in the lineup. I know he's a Cape League veteran, but also, you know, again, we know not a guy that is known necessarily as much for his bat. Getting to keep a spot here in a very big opportunity for the M's.
Only time he reached base today was on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. Other than that, flew out to first and hit into a double play. And that was with Hood on first back in the 7th inning. And 0-1 count here to Hughes. The pitcher Dufault. Ball fouled off. Hughes now behind in the count, 0-2.
A big spot here for Hughes, and again, we'll see what his approach is here on 0-2, but we know so many good pitches to go for, or to go to here for Brandon Dufault. It's a big moment here for the Mariners second baseman.
Dufault. Ball hit on the ground. Hood racing past it, picked up by the second baseman. Throw to first in time. They'll advance the runner, but Harwich now down to their final out with Hood standing on second. It'll be Press Kavanaugh coming into bat. This is the 9 spot, and this is the 4th time through for the Mariners.
Yep, and really quickly, going to take one last look around in the post-game anyway. A couple of games going on around the CCBL, but for now, Harwich down to their final out.
First pitch into the batter, Kavanaugh, in for a called strike. Just hit the outside of the plate. Or perhaps missing count here, 1-0. Kavanaugh holds off and takes a called strike.
Yep, so the count even here at 1-1.
It is 0-2. Count is 0-2, as the first pitch was a strike. So Mariners down to their final strike here. Kavanaugh looking to defend the plate. Dufault trying to send everybody home. The pitch. Fouled straight back. He'll stay alive, 0-2.
Yep, and that's what it's all about right now. Again, just got to be protective. Nothing else you really can do at this point. just got to wait and hope that a guy like Dufault comes back and either tries to blow one by you or makes a mistake. But either way, just waiting for an opportunity to pounce.
Hood still stands on second after advancing off of Hughes' hit. The 0-2 pitch is fouled back. And again, staying alive is Kavanaugh, defending the plate well here. And that's the idea. You foul off enough pitches eventually, you're going to get something you like. And Kavanaugh still looking here.
It's a lot easier when you have a couple balls in the count right now, but that's the other piece of this. Dufault's got a pitch. Well, he's got several pitches to waste, so he doesn't have to come back and put something in the zone.
Dufault, the 0-2. Again, fouled back just over our heads. And again, Kavanaugh staying alive.
Yeah, this is a great at-bat here by Press Kavanaugh because he's also giving himself a chance to see more and more of what Dufault has on offer. You got to think Dufault's trying to put him away with a strikeout here. He's seen a couple of those strikeout pitches, the mix of the pitch and the location. Let's see what he has on an 0-2 again.
3 straight fouls from Kavanaugh after 2 called strikes. This ball missing, and Hood taking advantage of the chance to steal third. He does, so Hood advances. And a little more pressure on the pitcher here now, perhaps, but Dufault, all he's got to do is focus on the batter. He's got just one more out to record as he does deliver his first ball. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the game. Down goes Kavanaugh swinging. The Y-D Red Sox take this one over the Harwich Mariners, a final score of 3-0. It was a pitcher's duel early on between Shawver and Thorpe. Both pitchers going pretty deep into the game. Thorpe throwing 5 complete innings, Shawver 6 complete innings, as this one was scoreless for quite some time, but Y-D gutting it out in the 7th and 8th inning, getting some runs across the plate and continuing to stifle this Mariners offense. So we are going to take a break. We're not going to wrap it up quite yet. We'll have a bit of a post game here on the Harwich Mariners YouTube network. Don't go too far. We'll be back to recap this one. You're watching the Harwich Mariners YouTube network. Back with you now for a post-game breakdown. Tim Foley, Tyler Henry still with you on the call. And as I mentioned it a bit before the break, this really was a pitcher's duel. This game was moving along through the first 6 innings of this one. Evan Shawver, 6 innings pitched, gave up only 3 hits, struck out 10. Drew Thorpe, 5 innings pitched, gave up 6 hits, struck out 4, but he looked really excellent on the mound. Pitched to contact a lot, let his defense behind him do a lot of the work as well. 2 excellent outings from those 2 pitchers today. Tyler, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, both guys really had their best stuff out there today. And again, both guys making a case for their draft stock in the future, especially Evan Shawver. So a great performance out of him. And again, these guys that are on the Cape will be lucky to learn some things, both from hearing what he has to say and also just watching the way he delivers so far this season.
Taking a look on the offensive side of things, not too much. Harwich did out-hit Y-D in this one 8-7. Only one Mariner batter with 2 hits, and that was Andrew Jenkins batting out of the 4th spot this evening. Talk a bit about what you saw, Tyler, from in regards to an offensive side of things.
Yeah, I think it's still very reassuring when you look at what Harwich was able to do today, talking about the hits. But again, the run production is going to have to come in this game. It depends on where you look at it, but this is a Harwich team that, again, trying to look at the numbers and do the mental math really quickly. They stranded 8 runners today, so that's going to be something they need to look to tighten up going forward. And again, I don't believe they a correction. And one time this entire game, they had a runner on third base, and that was Josh Hood at the very end of this game. So those are the things to look for the Mariners to improve going forward, and it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back tomorrow with another home game.
So exactly, leading right into it. That's going to do it for us. Our next game here on the Mariners Radio Network will have Orleans here in Harwich tomorrow night. That's a 6:30 start time. That is game 2 of this 4-game homestand for the Mariners. And so once again, for the final time, the score in this one, the Y-D Red Sox 3, the Harwich Mariners nothing. For my broadcast partner, Tyler Henry, Tim Foley signing off. It's been a great opening day here at White House Field. Field looking excellent. Couldn't be happier to be back. So that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Mariners YouTube network. We'll catch you tomorrow.